Okay, my microphone looks like it's good. Stream looks like it's good. Hello again, friends. It says there's 4 people watching, so hello if you are watching. This is going to be a real quick and dirty stream. I actually ran out of time because I want to go from Stansted to this evening. That will be quite nice. And what I wanted to do was go from Exeter up here to East Midlands. It's severe cav in the UK, and I wanted to make the most of that. And that would be about a half an hour transit over Bristol, Gloucester, and Birmingham direct to here, are at about 240 knots and 3,000 feet. However, Exeter went offline, and it's getting a little bit late. I want to have some dinner and do another trip later, but I wanted to practice some hand flying, and I wanted to do some circuits. So here we are at East Midlands for 45 minutes of circuits and a relatively short setup. I haven't spoken to the controller, but somebody is online. So we are on stand 105 on the west apron, and I have a chat and a message to see what sort of heights they want to give, because in reality you wouldn't really put much into the FMC, but I like to put a little bit more in, just because it's difficult to fly a desktop sim visually, especially when it comes to flying a pretty nice tight circuit. But hopefully I can remember all of the points. I might get a few wrong, it might be a bit ropey, but we'll see. Go. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this nice shiny Ryanair. Our call sign is going to be Prefect today. And the aeroplane is cold and dark. First thing we're going to do is start the fuel, because I'm not going to have any payload, and I want about 15 tons of fuel to give it a decent amount of go, which gets us relatively light if that was revenue, but that gets us on out. It's going to take a little bit of time, so let's get the fuel truck on the way. We have front doors open, we don't need else because it's just going to be us and no one in the back, so we can even leave the door open. So whilst the aeroplane is being fueled, let's get some power on. Again, quick and dirty setup. I've set the lights up. Check the config warning. The throttle's all the way forward, so it works. AC power. Ding. We'll start getting the IRSs aligned. Ways my quick and dirty setup. Aligning. Your damper can come on. Cross feed we can check. Bright, dim, turn it off. Bright, off. We'll leave the pumps off for the moment. The APU's off. The power's done. Cabin UTI on. Panel lights are up so we can see. Belts will stay off while we're fueling. First start of the day. Ignition right. Cabin and diff is 0. Pumps can come on. Check that we have hydraulic pressure up to the top. Window heat did go on. Set pressurization B. Now I don't know how high we're going to pop. 2000 on there. The airplane is really going to pressurize, so it doesn't matter. And we could, in theory, put it to manual, but these, I think this is wire locked in real life, so you wouldn't do that. Don't know. I'm going to get 2000, but we'll find out. Okay, so probably going to get something like 2,000 feet. The runway heading. This is so 89. Pop on here. Same for the courses. 089 on this one. I put the reciprocal, which is actually 279. No, 269. Sorry, I'm being a bit dense today, so this could go worse than expected. This is 6. No, just to remind us. Down here I've got the ILS tuned, but not active. 393 is pop that on in case we need radios are set. You can pop the oil hood brake on and it's going to be an automatic departure, then a disconnect downwind, and then be manual flying everything. Probably do it with a flight director off as well. So, FMC, go on, nav data is current. You're at Golf, X-ray, stand. So we popped all that in. There is no route, well there is, I'll show you in a minute, but we're going to listen to the ATIS, which is 122675.
Acknowledge your receipt of information, Kilo. Time 1550. Runway in use 09. Transition level, flight level 70. Surface wind 180. 13 knots. Cab OK.
Bit of a crosswind.
Temperature +15. Dew point +6. QNH 1022.
So we are a little bit of a crosswind, which will be fun. So QNH 1022, we can pop that in. So 124 is the tower frequency. Still got a bit of time. East Midlands Tower, good afternoon. Prefect, no. Radio check 124.0.
Prefect 99, good afternoon, East Midlands Tower, readability 5.
Readability 5, Prefect 99. So, we're just getting fuel. Probably going to be a few more minutes. That's it. Take 4 minutes to align. Tower Prefect 99. 7378, stand at 105 the West Apron, information Kilo. We're going to be requesting push in about 5 minutes, and we'd like to do some VFR circuits. Request the circuit direction and pattern altitude.
Prefect 99, roger. Circuit is left-hand circuits, pattern altitude 2,000 feet, I believe. I'll be honest with you, I've never had a 737 doing visuals at East Midlands, however, not a problem.
Roger, left-hand circuit, runway in use 09, 2000. If that's QFE, we're only able to fly on QNH, so we'll assume QNH.
Prefect 99, roger, call when ready.
Wilco, thanks very much, Prefect 99. Good. So, we are just waiting on a significant amount of fuel. 8 tons, that shouldn't take too long. But what we can do, now that we've got a rough idea, and actually you'd have discussed that with the phone beforehand. Departure and destination, same place. 022. Let's set that, and that goes back to the ground. Okay. So I need to have a look. Active sky. 22. Okay. Don't think it's that much of a difference to the threshold. Okay. Strange because we go from a 3 ER should be. Hang on, because the station is 306 feet. which is pretty much what we've got there. So, it's probably because the rest is up. So, let's throw me. Okay, so performance in it. 0 fuel weight is 43.1 wind payload, operating crew. Get worried if we end up with less than 3 tons. This index is pretty much irrelevant. 2000 pattern altitude, and our planned fuel with a pony plan in there. We don't have any of them. Doesn't really can pop all that in. 5 more tons. It's going to be full power available, no D rates, and got 9,000 runway here, so we really don't have to worry too much about the distances. More than long enough to do touch and go 7-3. So takeoff is going to be a flap 5 departure. We'll take the V speeds from here.
Stations, East Midlands Tower, information is now Lima, new QNH 1022.
So we've copied that. None of those are the wind. Pop in runway 09. Pop in the arrival runway 09. Put in any extension, we're just going to leave it as is. And have a route discontinuity, but that doesn't matter now. Sort itself out. 09. I'm going to put a 4-mile ring. Don't want to stray about 4 miles away. And I'm going to put a downwind point. It's a left-hand circuit, so if we're heading out this way, we want a green line to tell us when we're downwind. Real aeroplane, it's obviously quite obvious, but it's a bit more difficult to see in the sim. So the runway heading 0, take off 90 degrees to the left, gives us 359. And that gives us our downwind point off to, it goes pretty much infinity. It does. So it should be completely visual, but we have to do a little bit of instrument work because it stops him and it's a bit hard. And let's see that caught up. So fueled, so we can set the trim. Trim is set at 5 and happy. Set our V speeds. Confirmed our departure. That's it for the MC. So 2000 we've been cleared. 7. The directors can go on for the initial departure because we will use the autopilot Ogre. And we can get the pumps on now. Start the APU, so we are essentially go. Get that shut.
East Midlands Tower, UPS 232 Lima. Station calling from this tower, passing any message? Good afternoon, it's UPS 232. I'm currently holding at Piggott. The winds seem to have changed. I can't pick up 80s. Are you still using 09? I've switched. Roger, that's still 09. Winds are 180 to 11 knots. QNH 1022. Okay, thanks.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Descending in a hold at Piggott. Confirm once I'm on final. 232 Lima, thanks. Roger, thanks.
So we're not going to call push until we actually are push. That's the APU is on and stable. And the center pumps, because we the center tank can go on as well. But the checks are all similar, but it's prep to worry about.
Okay,
cheeky
all
Ollie.
doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
So hydraulics off, air conditioning is fine because we've got dual bleed. It's still fueling. Of course, big. Get the airplane gone. 7.8. Every time I look, it stopped. So we ready to go just as soon. Sweet. Myself set. Sorry about that. Should have started a little bit. It's like pretty quick, but it just goes to show how quick the setup is. Okay, good, he's done. It's our Prefect 99, stand 105, request push and start.
Prefect 99, push and start approved. Face west.
Push and start approved, face west, Prefect 99. So we have been cleared, we haven't been given a squawk, but I'm going to set the circuit squawk.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
And we are facing south at the moment.
Station calling East Midlands Tower, say again your call sign. Chairman Cargo 108. Chairman Cargo 108, good afternoon sir, pass your message. Chairman Cargo 108, ILS approach runway 09. Chairman Cargo 10, roger.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
180 at 11 knots.
So it breaks off.
Starting
Timer
pushback
started.
and you may start engines.
It's a long push, so we're not going to start just yet. So all I've got is the airport chart. Anything else? I've got the ILS if we need it. Let's just pull up chart. Ah, now that's interesting. So we're 09. You want the down? Right. Good. But we're not going to use that. So let's get the packs off. Engine number 2 started. %, fuel on. So there we go. 2, 4, 6 stable engine. We might as well start engine number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, we'll get the fuel on. Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
There's the starter cut out. So 2, 4, 6, both stable before takeoff, before taxi flow in.
Cell is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
So just waiting on the pin. Is pumps on, flap 5.
German Cargo 108, vacate right, taxi to stand 121 via Alpha and Foxtrot.
So flight control check, full
Well,
forward,
Foxtrot
full
to
left,
stand
full
121,
left, full right, full left
108.
rudder, full right rudder. Trim is set. Checked. And then before taxi checklist, generators both on. PU is off, start switches are continuous. Repeats on, anti-ice not required. Cruise out set. Pax auto bleeds on, ISO is auto, flap 5 green light. Trim 5 required. 5 set, flight controls checked, recalls checked. We are to taxi. Prefect 99, request taxi.
Prefect 99, taxi to holding point Golf 1, runway 09, via Foxtrot and Alpha.
Holding point Golf 1, runway 09, Foxtrot and Alpha. Prefect 99. So clear taxi. Clear left, clear right. And we got the ortho, so brakes off. Config checked. So it's straight ahead, turn right, and then first left. Bill. Get that set. We're not going to set LNAV because there is no LNAV. We're just going to let the aeroplane go into heading select as it takes off. We'll then adjust that to track center line, tracking 089. We'll let the aeroplane toga and then out to capture at 2000 before turning down and stabilizing. We're going to fly downwind flap 5, so flap 5 will be the lowest setting. Touch and go is carried out. Throttles are stood up to about 40% to stabilize. Trim is set to take off, and then flaps are retracted to 15 for the takeoff. There's Golf 1, so that didn't take long. So we're going to hold because he's going to give us a VFR clearance at that point. But a little bit quick. So we can hold here. Checks will be done on the run. Prefect 99, holding point Golf 1, runway 09 are ready for departure.
Prefect 99, left-hand circuit, runway 09. Correction on the altitude, it's 2,300 on the QNH, sir, and squawk 7010.
Cleared for VFR left-hand circuits, runway 09, altitude 2,300, squawk 7010, Prefect 99.
Prefect 99, roger, runway 09, clear for takeoff. Surface winds 180 at 11 knots, report downwind.
Clear takeoff, Wilco, right, correction. Prefect 99. So we have been cleared. 2-3. Lights on. Secured cabin. MCP checked and set. No traffic seen. Brakes off. Check downwind.
Cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Config checked again. So 2000 is going to give us a 60-second circuit.
Approaching 09.
Just turning right base, runway 9. UPS 232, Lima, good afternoon, East Midlands Tower, Roger, report finals, runway 09. Reporting finals, 232 now.
So there we are, lined up. 40%.
On runway 09.
Let's get the aeroplane nicely aligned. So, stable, power, toga, time. So needing quite a lot of rudder initially to keep everything straight.
Code 108, Roger, that was my mistake, it should have been Juliet. So, pay first.
80 knots.
Copy me, taxiway, Juliet 2121,
So you see how powerful the aeroplane is when it's lightly loaded.
V1, rotate.
Through the deadband.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Okay, you need to get up to that 20 degrees. It's very steep when you're
400.
heading select is the roll mode. Go command A. Moment on trim.
1,000. 1,000 to go.
So should have bugged up. Keep the flat 5 speed. There's 2,300 will let the aeroplane stabilise. So we're going to need a tight turn, wind. So use heading select 269. After takeoff, auto brake off, flaps leave at 5. Gear up and off, start switches back to auto. Keep the cabin secure because we're in the circuit. See, we've pretty rapidly 4 miles away. So what we can do is flap 30 approach, give ourselves VREF.
UPS 232 Lima, 7 miles, final 09. UPS 232 Lima, Roger, runway 09. Clear to land, surface winds 180 degrees at 11 knots. Land ILS 09 at UPS 232 Lima, thanks.
So we've got about 5 degrees drift. So pop that on. You can just see the airport out there. See why it's difficult to tell when you are downwind. So heading of 263 looks like it'll do us with this crosswind. Prefect 99 downwind, touch and go.
Prefect 99, Roger, at the end of the downwind leg, orbit right.
End of downwind leg, orbit right, Prefect 99. So that's a little bit unusual, so we'll keep the autopilot in just for that. Some traffic about, and he's taken a while. Visual. So we would normally start the timer at this point to get a feel for how far out we need to be. So that would be 60 seconds, all crosswind, so look to be configuring 40, turning 50.
Prefect 99, do you have visuals on Boeing 757 on finals.
Any firm visual Prefect 99.
Prefect 99, Roger, report finals, you're number 2.
Put final number 2, we'll go Prefect 99. So that's going to put us a little bit further out. So at this point we're going to go gear down, flap 15, set 144, disengage, disengage. It's all about whoa, what just happened there. So just going to have a look at the aileron trim. Don't think we've oversped the flaps. Certainly like it's playing ball. Anyway, we need an additional setting of flap for the descent. And we're going to get the flight directors off. This is actually turning into a bit of a mess.
EPS 232 Lima, vacate right when able, taxi to stand 79 via Alpha and Victor.
79
Alpha Victor, EPS 232, take next right.
Okay, maybe it was just me. It still looks like it's drifting. Difficult to see the runway from here, but you can just make it out. So that should have been a continuous turn. It's easier said than done. We've got the landing flap. Shouldn't really have to change much. The descent's a little bit steep. But there you are, look, we're coming back onto Pappies. So a little bit high, but haven't had the benefit of a full circuit to feel what the conditions are like.
1,000.
Start switch is continuous. Gear down 3 green. Landing flap set. No auto brake. A little bit high. Prefect 99. Final touch and go.
Prefect 99, runway 09, clear touch and go.
Approaching 09.
11 knots.
Good touch and go. Runway 09. Prefect 99. Go. No, we're on to Pappies there. Stable approach.
500. 400.
Just being cautious of those RA callouts.
300.
Good crosswind landing practice. A
200.
bit slow. A little bit low.
100. 50. 40. 30.
Close.
20. 10.
Down we go. So, should have had the spoilers, should we?
5,000
So, stand 'em up.
remaining.
Flap 15. We set the trim.
4,000 remaining.
There goes the flap.
3,000 remaining.
We have to continue at that point.
2,000
So, at
remaining.
VREF, that's rotate. Go, that was a bit sketchy.
1,000 remaining.
Now we are at flap 5, which is not good.
Positive rate.
Gear up. So we should be at flap 15. I'm not sure how to do the controller there. Is it my hardware controller?
400.
400 feet climbing left hand turn.
And we look forward to welcoming you on board again soon. Ryanair, low fares, made simple.
So that was a bit of a mess. So
1,000.
Get that a bit better. We would have set flap 5 at that point anyway, but we did need flap 15 for the takeoff.
Bank angle, bank angle.
So we can reduce reduce the throttle. See, there's quite a lot to do at every point. Shows how rusty my flying is. So, about 200 feet before we can start lowering the nose, bringing the throttle back. Okay, that was a bit early and a bit coarse. Prefect 99, downwind touch and go. So I'm going to use that power station as a visual reference.
Roger, report finals, runway 09.
Wilco, Prefect 99. So this time we are going to actually start the stopwatch. Let's get the speed back. So a beamer downwind, start the stopwatch for 40 seconds. A little bit low, squeeze of power, bit of trim, a little bit close in, possibly a little bit far out. So 20 seconds, gear down, flap 15, and the aeroplane should settle at that speed without too much effort. And at 50 seconds we should be going flap 25, starting the descent. It needs quite a lot of back pressure to keep the aeroplane going around the turn. See, we need to be in mid-center as well, which is about 2.5 degrees. Should get an extended centre line. That does make things easier. If we don't, I will add one. Fix rings. So obviously it's a lot easier to judge turn in reality. You can actually see the corner rather than having to guess like I'm doing. So actually we're looking pretty much on profile there. Bit quick. So once we're assured of a landing, go to flap 30. We haven't shot the turn there. So flap 30, gear down 3 green, auto brakes off. Start switches are continuous. Start bringing the speed back to 144. Prefect 99, final touch and go, runway 09.
1,000.
Prefect 99, runway 09, clear to touch and go. Surface winds 180 at 11 knots.
Clear touch and go, Prefect 99. So we set that up downwind.
Approaching 09.
The airplane is trimmed, it should really sit. No, that's not too bad, using that visual aiming point, keeping it steady in the windscreen.
500. 400. 300.
So a little bit high.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, stand up. Lap 15.
5,000
Good set.
feet
Full
remaining.
power. Go slightly higher than that.
4,000 remaining.
Your ref is rotate.
3,000 remaining.
Is
Positive read.
gear up.
Too low, gear. Too low, gear. Too low, gear. Too low, gear.
400.
Too low,
400. Flap 5. Climbing turn.
$1,000.
And because it's this turn has got the wind behind us, we need pretty steep, pretty sharpish. Try and bug that flat 5 speed. Of course the speed will change as we go around the turn. Try not to follow it too much. Now you would normally attitude power trim for the climb, but because the 7.3 is so powerful you have to get it power chopped a little early at 50 feet out. So this should be done looking outside. And you can see it's about 5 minutes a circuit. They're a bit sketchy. But you've got the power set, it should roughly be about the same as we go all around the circuit. Just about getting a feel for the aeroplane. Prefect 99, downwind touch and go.
Prefect 99, report finals.
Wilco, Prefect 99. So we can go to the fix page and we want fix. We want 269 / got anything? So set that gear down. So we've got that runway fix ring there. So 39 got to 138, so that can go back to 113. A bit high, but you can see it's gradually dropping, attaining 269 roughly.
Prefect 99, if you can make that a short finals, that would be appreciated. We have one on approach almost.
We'll try Prefect 99, turning final. So that makes the turn a little bit better when it's when it is actually the runway, and I've had that before, so I think I need to just play around and see if that discontinuity and difference. So we're going to let the aeroplane drop pretty rapidly, quite tight in. Getting relatively nice, 3.5, which will be 4-mile final. What we don't want to do is that terrain closure is pretty high, but it is under control. So we are short at this point, lap 30. Bring the power back to match speed.
1,000.
Far too low there.
Approaching 0, 9.
Really difficult to do it. I suppose this would be really good fun in VAR. A little bit of power, keep the airplane level.
500.
Prefect 99, short final, touch and go 09.
Prefect 99, runway 09. Clear touch and go. Surface winds 180 at 11 knots.
Clear touch and go, Prefect 99.
400. 300. 200.
Tower, good evening, Telex 57 Lima Tango, localized and established 10 miles from 0.
100.
Telex 57 Lima Tango, good evening, sir.
50.
Eastman's Tower,
40.
continue
30.
approach, you're number 2.
20.
Continue
10.
approach number 2, Telex 57 Lima Tango.
That's a bit firm. So stand them up, flap 15. Set the trim.
5,000
40%.
feet
Up we go.
remaining. 4,000 remaining.
We're looking for VREF for rotate.
3,000 remaining.
Positive rate.
With the dead band gear
Too
up.
low, gear. Too low, gear. Too low, gear. Too low, gear. Too low,
400.
gear.
400.
Too low, gear.
Climbing turn. Lap 5. So they're playing accelerating.
Lima Tango, runway 09, clear to land. Surface winds 180 at 11 knots.
1,000.
Clear land runway 09, Telex 57 Lima Tango, thank you.
And we're going to just reduce the power off a bit there, keep the noise down, and just reduce our rate of climb slightly. Try and plug that flat 5 speed. It's a bit sketchy. It's more practice. Blame it on not flying in real life. Have a little tweak of the FMC as well. Doesn't happen very well, but online tend not to go too well to plan. Moved about all over the place. So hopefully this will work out well. Prefect 99, downwind, touch go, visual with the traffic on final.
Prefect 99, roger, report finals.
Okay, Prefect 99. So we might end up extending a bit, we're a little bit high, so let's go into the approach a little bit early. So there we go. I think we're configuring 30 seconds. Actually, let's try 25 seconds, gear down. I'm 15. So just trimming for that rate of descent about 500 feet a minute. And we'll turn in at that point. A little bit too much rudder. And we'll take flight 25. Really small changes in pitch make a big difference to the rate of descent. It does need quite a lot of back pressure, which you don't really want to trim for. You see what difference the wind makes there to that final turn. So we're not looking too bad, we're looking on profile there. Turn predictor really help.
continue vacate right when able. Taxi to stand 10 by Alpha and Romeo.
A bit high.
Right when able, stand 10 via Alpha and
flat
Romeo.
30.
Taxi 57 David Tango, thanks.
1,000.
Prefect 99, final 09, touch and go.
Prefect 99, continue approach, want to vacate, you number 2.
Approaching. 0.
Continue approach,
9.
also happy to land after Prefect 99.
Prefect 99, Roger, was this a full stop landing then, or was this one more circuit?
Negative, touch and go, Prefect 99.
Prefect 99, runway 09 is now clear to land, clear touch and go, service wind is 180 at 11 knots.
Mid touch and go, Prefect 99, thanks.
200.
So some places day VFR you may land after, though you are responsible for not ploughing into the aeroplane behind.
50. 40. 30.
Close,
20.
check,
10.
wait. There we go, stand them up. Reset the trim, flight 15.
5,000 feet remaining.
Power on.
4,000 remaining. 3,000 remaining.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Too low, gear. 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 Too low,
400.
gear.
Lap 5.
Too low, gear.
Climbing turn. Reduced to about 80%. And trim.
1,000.
High. It's all over the place though because of the wind. Don't want no excuse. Ooh, managed to overshoot that turn. So, I think we'll have a stop on this one. Prefect 99 downwind, full stop.
Prefect 99, Roger, report finals.
Okay, Prefect 99, thanks. So, we'll go auto brake 2, arm the speed brake, start the stopwatch. See if we can make this one decent. So we're already a little bit high. Been a little sketchy, definitely need some more practice. I'm going to have to start doing this in the afternoons. So let's try gear down, lap 15. It's about 60%. See the nose naturally pitches down there. Scenery is looking good, if a bit stuttery. So there's the airplane slowing. Just for a 4-mile final. Stable. Try and get the horizon just in that little notch. Just from my viewpoint anyway. Just above it. bit further out. Feels a little bit better. So we might be a little bit low at this point. Oh, we're a bit high. Go full flat. Power back. Prefect 99, final 09 land.
Prefect 99, runway 09, clear to land, service winds 180 at 11 knots.
Clear land, Prefect 99. So overshot the turn, despite our best efforts.
1,000.
East Midlands Tower, good evening again, 7 Cargo 111, information mic clearance to late seat.
So gear down 3 green, flat 30, speed brake armed.
East Midlands Tower, you're clear to Leipzig on a Daventry 4 Papa departure, runway 09, squawk 4552.
500.
Is the airplane pretty happy with that visual picture? It is about halfway up the screen. A bit low, a little bit slow.
300.
Correct.
So power for speed, pitch for
200.
touchdown point. It's a bit rubbish.
$100.
So going to be a little bit deep.
50. 40. 30.
Close. Check.
10.
There we go, that was bad landing. The reverse is out.
knots.
Reverse is stowed,
3,000
manual
feet
braking.
remaining.
Could probably get away at whiskey, which should just be up here on the right.
2,000 remaining.
Right, taxi to stand 101 via Alpha and Juliet.
Vacate right, stand 101 via Alpha and Juliet, Prefect 99. So we need less than 10 knots. Do. To find the stand in a minute. But we're going Alpha Juliet, so we're a long way down. We're going right back down to the end. Well, that was challenging. "31 minutes of circuits." We will clean the aeroplane up. So we can set all of those. This one to go on is right up earlier. Brakes aren't looking too bad. So I think I need to do daily circuits for half an hour. Those were pretty rubbish. It's a bit of terrain smoothing, not Ortho XP. A bit of kit. This is looking a bit all over the place, isn't it? on stand, disconnect, and I won't bother shutting down. I will have a look at some replays.
Good afternoon, it's East Land Tower, Cargo Look 7651, heavy on final runway 09. Cargo Look 7651, heavy, good evening sir, East Midlands Tower, runway 09, clear to land, surface winds 180 at 11 knots. Runway 09, okay, full land, Cargo Look 7651.
How frame rate's doing? Still pretty stable. Considering we've turned the jets up. Let's try and double it. Vulcan can't really come soon enough. So let's get PU on. Wait, so I think this is Juliet up here. Oh, I managed to lose the chart. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4th on the left. So it's up here somewhere. Oh, this is annoying, pretty uphill. Definitely not more than 50% for takeoff config warning. It's like 70%. So it looks like I'm just going to take this one here. I think difficult to tell. Should be a cargo terminal, it appears to be missing.
Cargo Look 7651, vacate right, taxi to stand at 125 via Alpha and Juliet.
So 46-minute block, probably about an hour on the stream.
Taxi to stand 125 via Alpha and Juliet, Cargo Look 7651.
2 blues, 1 red. It's dead. And we've used a lot of fuel. 0.08 plus 0.6. 31 minutes of flying and 2 tons of fuel is mental. 4, 6. Just shut down. Tower Prefect 99 shutting down. Thank you very much for the service. Have a great evening.
Prefect 99, Roger, thanks for flying East Midlands. See you again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So we can disco at this point. And should be able to see it from the outside fine, shouldn't we? So let's get into the replay mode. Go back and have a look at these. So there's us, still us, there's us taxiing. Go. Right, let's go from here. nice and relative. The first one is always longer. The rest should be pretty similar. We have been cutting a few times, so difficult to tell without that wind. You can see the drift on there. You can see we are going in that direction. Pretty much. So yeah, a bit of a crosswind. Figure out the views, so alright, maybe that wasn't the best choice. If we go from the tower, that's not the tower. Okay, different tower. Possible. So we're going from that tower, which is Riding Bank Farm. Okay. Know what to do about that. Anyway, what is we're on the chase? Wrong runway. Yeah, that's all right. Why don't we just go with that? Pretty sure that's not my terrible flying. There must have been a little bit of the gusts. I didn't kick off the drift there. Okay, on the first one, those definitely should have come out. That's why we had that. You can see the reset trim. Go to tower. See what a climbing turn looks like. You must have been worried at that point. Using up a lot of runway there. Yeah, that looks quite fun. It's got a pretty good view. See, it's pretty high, relatively high nose-up altitude in the circuit. Okay, so it just changes from tower to tower. Over that. Prefer if it didn't. Relatively quiet. So at what point does it switch to the actual tower? Guess when we get a bit closer. Go. A little bit irritating. I suppose what I could do is that. And definitely don't go anywhere. To speak with some of the guys on Facebook who photos and videos and stuff. There was a bit of a thud. looking a bit better, isn't it? To a climbing turn. Anyway, I think it's me done. Make some dinner and be back ready for a trip again later. So, if you have been watching or you have found it useful, it was not by the book, a bit more practice. But if you can get around the circuit like that, then it is pretty good for your hand flying. You can see how rusty you can get. Don't do it for a while. So I'd certainly to practice. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you again soon.